But we've got our fire department, and we need to plop down a fire department. So the fire department, I think, should go towards the middle of town. I think I'm going to put it on our main commercial row right here. And same with our police department. I'm just going to put it the same street, kind of catty corner from the fire department. There we go. Keeping our people safe from fire. Demand for commercial is still on the rise. Let's start to build a few more commercial areas. And demand for housing is increasing rapidly. Let's add another block there. Yeah, everyone's happiness is going up now that we got the police department and the fire department. People feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit safer in their homes. San Vegas is becoming the worthy city that we all knew it could be. Okay, we're going to fill in. Whoops. Fill in. There we go. You know, I'll just do this entire street. There we go. Just fill in that commercial there. And wow, wow, wow. Look at this demand for housing. At this rate, we're going to go ahead and hit Tiny Town before we know it. We've only got about 500 more citizens that we need. Yes, because housing, man. See, we pre-built all of these blocks, but they are going to fill up before we know it. It's looking pretty good for our little town. And industry, cool. We've actually got a little bit too much industry. You can see over here, actually the box factory is fine now, but we do not have enough workers at the ice cube factory. So as we put in some more houses, though, people will go take those jobs for us. There we go. Let's fill in a couple more blocks worth here. And then as we do that, I bet you, yep, there we go. We've met the demand for work there. Looks like we still don't have enough workers for the general store, but everybody else is looking pretty good. So that should fill in too. As these new houses come in, new citizens come in, they'll fill those jobs. I bet you that any moment now, even though this is a Pancakes International, people apparently are using it as a general store. We haven't checked in on our main street actually for a while. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So we've got another Sally's here. You're going to see duplicates of buildings, and this is just what City Skylines does. There are plenty of mods that add buildings to this game. And, you know, between now and the next time we play, I'm probably going to add some buildings because you can see here we've got 1, 2, 3 pennies within the city, which is just ridiculous. They're all right next to each other, too. That's wild. We've got ourselves another Panda Express knockoff, even though we've already got one. We've got a 4th pennies up here, actually. These people are just caca-cuckoo. A 5th pennies! There are way too many pennies in this town. All right, yeah, this is ridiculous. Not to mention Sally's is dominated. Quiet corner store, huh? All right. But anyhow, okay, our housing demand's increasing. We've got a very healthy housing demand. We could probably just complete this street here, and that'll be fine. Once that street's complete, I'm going to go ahead and probably fill out this block of commercial. And then our town, as we have it so far here, is probably going to be pretty dang filled out. And before we know it, Tiny Town will be complete. Yeah, what I'm going to do is... I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to modify these streets down here in order to sort of segregate the industry from the rest of the town. What I'm going to do is something like this. All right, we're going to have to tear these houses down. Yep. Sorry, houses. And then we're going to need to make sure that we're not putting houses in here. These are no longer homes. All right, I'm going to take these homes out too. There we go. Sorry, everybody. Tear you guys down. Okay, now we're going to put up power. Oh, you know what I did? Because I took these houses down. Dadoy. Yep. What we're going to need to do now is put a block of commercial in. I'm going to put this commercial block in, and then hopefully the power will reach over here. Let's see as this fills in. There we go. The power reconnected. Fantastic. We've still got a little house here. They didn't want to move, but we're going to move them out. There we go. Okay, so wait. Oh, that little house was Our power connector. You got to be kidding me. That's fine. Here we go. Let's just do a block of houses right here. There we go. And now once those houses pop in, our power problem should be taken care of. There we go. Okay, that one house, that was the linchpin. Okay, so we've got that there. And let's do a block of housing here to sort of match what we've got going on here. But this area, what are we going to do here? I'm thinking parks. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to put some parks in here. We have access to parks. Or actually, no, we don't. We're going to get access to parks very shortly, right? Yep, parks are coming at Tiny Town. But then we're going to put some parks in this area. That's going to be good. We've got our commercial demands on the rise. So let's go ahead and fill out, I'm going to do 1 street's worth of commercial right there. And now we need way more housing, right? But we've already sort of filled out this area. What I can do is create a block of housing right here, and that's what we're going to do. It all has power or water. That's great. So there we go. We've got a block of housing there. And then on this side, we're going to need to start sort of replicating what we have going on over there, over here. Let's go ahead and just run that all the way up. There we go. And you can see actually, we've got power issues, right? Because if we look now, holy crap, our demand for power has increased significantly. We could just go ahead and plop in another windmill, and that puts us just at what we need. We're probably going to need 2 windmills now. Put in those 2 windmills, and now our power demands are looking much better. There we are. Look at our water and build those water lines up like this. Cool. All right. Now let's do some housing. Let's put on all that housing there. And while those houses are filling in, let's check on things like education. You can already see the town is growing so fast. The demand for education is pretty high. We're going to need another elementary school here soon. And you know what? We don't have a medical clinic yet either. We're going to need that. The medical clinic, I'm going to go ahead and plop you right here. There we go. Everybody's happy. They now have a medical clinic. And look at that. We hit tiny town status. So now we have access to the high school, the public library, and all of these parks. Not to mention these canals. I always thought it was weird that we have access to canals at Tiny Town. Who's building canals in their tiny town? That seems like it should be unlocked way later on. We've got fishing routes too. But anyway, Tiny Town is unlocked, and we can do a few things now that we have Tiny Town status. So we can look at our valuable lands, all right? You can see forestry is going to be our bread and butter. Lots of forestry over here. Lots of thick forestry up here in this corner. Tons of forestry here. At the moment, not a whole lot going on in the square that we've got, but if we unlock this square, boom, we're in Forest Town. Same thing over here, all right? So, we can unlock squares now. I can unlock this. We're not quite ready to get there yet, but when we can unlock squares, I think I'm going to unlock this square. That'll give us access to the on-off ramp for our industrial area, as well as access to cross the highway and start taking advantage of these natural resources. All right, so let's get back into the game here. And demand for commercial is on the rise, so then we can just go ahead and fill out the rest of this street here. There we go. Commercial streets filling up now. And like I talked about, we can start putting in some parks now. So let's take a look at the parks that we have. These ones are a little bit too big for what we need. These ones are a little bit more manageable size. This one's humongous. There we go. This is the perfect size here. Look at this. This is a large playground. So we're going to put in large playgrounds for the kiddos. Put in one here. There we go. And what else do we have that we can put in that would fit this area? This is a dog park. You know what? I'm going to put a dog park down this way. There we go. And that'll be good for now. We've got a couple parks in there. This area is still going to sort of work as a buffer. We're going to eventually put some commercial down here. And speaking of commercial, we can finish filling out the commercial areas that we have right here, here, and then eventually down here too. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Just fill in that whole block. This is going to be commercial too. All right. Town is starting to look real good. Main Street's completely filled out. We're going to start expanding the city this way. And like I said, eventually, this city's going to start to take shape. Along the water here, this is going to be valuable land. I'm going to make some homes here. The road's going to curve around over here. It's going to start to look really nice. As a matter of fact, maybe we should start to plan that area out soon. Once I can move these wind turbines and clear this area, we're going to start building some homes here, some higher value homes. And if I look now, the next milestone we have is Boomtown. And after we get Boomtown, we should get access to these advanced wind turbines. And we're going to start replacing these turbines with those advanced wind turbines because they're just so much more efficient. You can see that the demand for power is actually increasing. We're going to need our 5th windmill here in order to just make sure that we're keeping up with demand. Because as housing demands go up, power demands are going to go up. And we'll probably need to check in with our water as well to make sure that we are still meeting our water demands. All right, speaking of water, okay, we don't need to build new water pipes just yet, but let's check in on our water demand. So water availability and demand is still fine, and housing demand is ever increasing. I'm just going to go ahead and fill out this entire block with houses. And things are looking pretty snazzy. Whoops. There we go. Over here, we do have demand, though. We need educated workers to go work at one of our 12 Denny's that we have, as well as this marketplace that we've got here. But as these houses come in, there we go. Demand for those jobs should be met. Things are looking pretty good for us. How's our dump doing? Landfill is only 3% full, so we're doing just fine over there, too. All right. Before we hit our next milestone, so we need to get, it looks like about, what, 734 new residents. We can do that. No problem. We have $52,000 dues. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build our street up like this. I'm going to not build a street here because I have plans for that area down the road. We're just going to do like this for now, all right? And eventually, we are going to start to build up here too. But first, I'm going to fill in everything down here. Then we'll start filling in everything up here. We'll fill in this side first. I'm leaving this side not filled in because I'm planning on doing a street over here, which is going to sort of extend this way, down this way. We're going to do something special there. And I may start to move our industrial more over here, because this area, I don't want it to be too close to the water where the high-value houses are going to be eventually. All right, let's go ahead and put in some water lines now. Cool. And demand for housing has increased once again, so let's plop that in. Commercial demand is starting to increase, but I'm going to wait for it to get a little bit higher before we start putting in more commercial, and then we're going to fill out this row with some commercial. And I think what we're going to do is, excuse me, add one road going into there. There we go. So we can fill out some commercial there. And what we could do, if I look at the pollution, yeah, we could actually, I'm going to fill in some houses over here. We're going to do some houses. We don't have a demand for the houses yet, but we can put houses in here to fill in that area, because what else are we going to do? We can't fill in all parks in that area. Put some houses in there. We're just waiting for demand to increase. Commercial demand is really starting to go up now. And I'm going to destroy this road. There we go. So I can just make that a straight road there. There you go. Give us one additional road going in and out of there. Okay, so now that commercial is increasing, let's go ahead and fill in some of this commercial over here. I'm going to fill in just a few stores at a time. I don't want to go overboard with our commercial. Industrial is also starting to increase, so I can add some more industrial over here, little by little. There we go. Add some there. And I don't want to remain dependent on this smelly, polluting industrial. Like I said, we are going to buy this tract of land over here soon. And then we're going to sort of switch from this sort of traditional industrial into something more of a forestry industrial. And then our city is going to be known for its forestry rather than its polluting, nasty factories. Okay, so we filled in this area with homes. Okay, that's looking nice now. And then over here, we've got all this area for homes too. Demand is really increasing. I'm just going to do it a block at a time now. Wait for it to fill in. Then we'll do the next block as those fill in. Commercial demands are looking good too. We've already filled that stuff in. So let's go ahead and do a couple more commercials. There we go. Cool. And it looks like that housing filled in pretty nice. So let's do one more block of housing. There we go. How close are we getting to Boomtown? Okay, we're only about 400 citizens away now from Boomtown status. And demand is pretty low for housing now. I'm just going to fill this out, and then demand for housing is probably going to decrease considerably. There we go. Our commercial filled in nicely there. And let's check in on things like healthcare. Okay, healthcare is looking fine. Fire hazards, it's right in the middle. But, you know, it's probably about time that we built ourselves a second fire department. You can see this area here is at pretty high risk for fire. So I'm going to go ahead and put a fire department right over here. There we go. That'll help decrease. There we go. We got a 33% fire. That's not bad. Crime rate is really low, 4%. We don't need to worry about our crime. Education, elementary schools. Okay, I never did put in that second elementary school, and we should do that as well as put in a high school. I'm going to go ahead and put our second elementary school in this area here. Let's see. Let's do an elementary school. Whoops. Okay, there. I was going to do it on the other road, but this road works too. And then the high school. I feel like we should put the high school in someplace more centrally, but you know what? High school over here will be fine too. I'm going to do it right here, all right? We got our high school and our elementary school. That's great. Really high demand for housing now. And what I'm going to do here is just build a road like that. I'm going to fill in this with housing. There we go. Put a block of housing there, as well as continue to expand out this way. Real big demand for housing, which is great. I love seeing all these new citizens move in. We've got a few commercials that say not enough workers, which is surprising, seeing how high the demand is. I mean, it's medium, but it's a high medium demand for commercial. How are you demanding more commercial when we can't even fill the jobs that we have? There we go. New citizens coming in. We're meeting those jobs, meeting those demands. Cool. All right. And you're going to see I'm sort of like stair-stepping these streets upwards because I want it to sort of like follow the coastline here, which means that the next block of streets that we do is probably going to go up like this. And then we're going to sort of do that across. And then what we're going to do down here is a new shape for the city right down here. There we are. All right. So our next blocks to houses are going to go there. Looks like we are really, really close. All right. Just over 100 citizens away from hitting that next milestone. Exciting stuff. Let's put in our new water lines here. There we go for our next blocks of houses. Demand's getting pretty high. Let's go ahead and put in one block of houses there. Commercial demand's increasing. I'm going to wait for it to get a little bit higher. Once we put in these houses, we'll go ahead and put in some more commercial. Looks like the demand is filling. Those are filling in quickly. We can go ahead and do that second block. Probably fill that in. And probably even do a third block. That demand's increasing pretty good. And as that fills in, is there going to be enough demand for our next block of houses? I think that that'll be good just for the moment. Commercial. Let's go ahead and fill in the rest of this area with commercial here. I think that that'll be fine. There we go. We'll just fill in the rest of that street. And citizen-wise, oh my gosh, we are so close, all right? We are almost there. 30 citizens away from hitting that milestone. Pretty big milestone. Being able to get rid of this power and trade it in for the advanced turbines is going to allow us to really start to build along the waterway here. Create some nice high-value houses for our sand vegites, is what we're going to call them. Sand vegans is actually what we should call them. If you guys ever wondered what Las Vegans call themselves, they call themselves Las Vegans. Or Las Vegans. So we are sand vegans, I suppose. All right, Boomtown has been reached. We've got a bunch of policies that we can enact now. We've got ourselves a bunch of intersections. We've got ourselves now access to highways, which is good. Now we can make our highways. We've got cemeteries, which is important. We're going to need to use our cemeteries. We can put in bus lines now. Elder care and child care are now available. Wind turbines. And now we got ferry depots and fish factories, too. We can start fishing if we wanted to. We don't have access to a lot of water, though. So we're probably going to hold off on that. But what I was talking about is exchanging these turbines for the advanced turbines. These are expensive. They cost $12,000, but you can see that they produce 20 megawatts as opposed to the 8 megawatts of these. So one of these is going to produce more than 3 times the power of one of these turbines. So I'm going to start just building along the edge here of the water. There we go. 20 megawatts. 20 megawatts. 20, 40, 60 megawatts. We're already producing way more power than we had before. And then we just need to make power go to there. Great. All right. So now look at our power production. We're 96 megawatts, which far exceeds our demand. And then we're just going to now bulldoze these. Yep. Bulldoze. 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 All of these up. But there we go. Our power actually moved. So we're going to need to... Here we go. Do like that and like that. There we go. So now we can start to build along here. We're going to want to move our water pumping station, though, right? Maybe down into the corner, which is originally where we wanted it. And I can move this. It does cost money to relocate a building. I'm going to move it way down here into the corner. That's going to demand us to rearrange the power situation that we have here, which is fine. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to run power from this corner here to there, and then run power from there to there. And then we've got to also take care of our pipe situation, right? Now, these pipes are kind of going to nowhere. There we go. We'll just go ahead and run the pipe from there to there. There we go. Now everything is back to normal. And now we've got this area that we can build along the water line, which will make for good houses. And now our demand for houses has actually increased pretty considerably. So now we can start to plan out how we want to build the houses over here. And here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we build a road going, let's build it down here. All right. And then I'm going to go with our freeform tool here. And okay, and then we'll just leave it like that for now. Okay, you can see now we've got an area that we can build along. And you know what? Actually, can I terraform now? I can landscape. What I'm going to do here is try and raise this area here. Okay, there we go. So I've leveled it out. So now you can see we could build houses along here a little bit better than we could before when it was just on a harsh cliff. Now we've got a nice row there for homes. If I've got to build homes there, though, we're going to need water. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and freeform this. This is something that I definitely picked up from City Planner Plays. It's not necessary, but aesthetically it's just nice, and it sort of mimics reality. When you build the sewage and the water lines under the road. So I'm just going to go ahead and build them under the roads here. There we go. And with that being said, I can also get rid of these water lines, which I don't need. There we go, because that's going straight into there. And that's perfect. Okay, now we've got this cool strip right here where we can put in some homes. You can see that we've still got this little cliff there, and that's fine because we've got the pumping station down there. We don't plan on building houses down there just yet. We're just going to build houses along here, and let's do that, all right? Let's start building some homes along this area. What I'm going to do is just go with my painting tool, and I'm just going to paint all along here. It's probably the easiest way to do this. Fill that out. Paint them right along here as well. There we go. We've got new homes going in. Fancy new homes right along the water there. That's cool. And if I look here at the water, let's see. Oh, the noise. There we go. The noise. Okay, so the noise, yep, it is away from the homes, so we're fine there. And as far as building more roads along this area, I'm going to go ahead and use the freeform tool to, you know what, let's go straight first. I'm going to use the straight tool. Excuse me. Straight tool. There we go. Let's go straight tool like that, and then we're going to go to our freeform tool. Just going to line up like that. Gonna make another row of homes along here. There we go. And then these homes, you can see I'm gonna terraform this area too. Go ahead and smooth this stuff out here. We're gonna have another row of homes sort of overlooking these homes. Now we've got this terraced thing, which is actually pretty freaking cool, if you ask me. I dig it. Smooth it out. Smooth this out here. And, you know, like, this is something you can see developers actually doing. It's terraforming this stuff. I know in my neighborhood, lots of houses were just built, and they literally moved an entire hillside in order to level it out and build some more homes. So this is not something out of the realm of a reality that you would completely just re-terraform this cliffside so we can build more houses. Now if I look here, there we go. Now we can build a whole bunch of houses overlooking these houses here. And since our housing demand has increased once again, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to build another set of houses up here and here, right above these houses. Cool. There we go. Now we've got this cool sort of beachside community thing happening, overlooking the water, and I'm into it. Power consumption, we're still looking really good. We only have 28 demand for power. We have 60 megawatts being produced, so we are future-proofed there. Oh, you know what I didn't do was I didn't put in the new water lines, so let's go ahead and do that. Water lines, and let's just do what we did before by following the street here. There we go, new houses. Y'all got some water now. Right up to the end of the street. Cool, all right. And our housing demands have actually been met pretty well now. Commercial demands are still there, so I'm going to go ahead and fill out some more commercial right over here. This street here is going to go commercial. There we go. And then this area we're going to need to do stuff with. I can go ahead and put in another street over here. Just sort of connecting this and this. Can I not connect those two? What is going on? Why can't I connect that? That's weird. Why is it telling me no? Construction. Why can't I connect there? What is happening? I don't understand it. It's letting me connect there, but not there. Oh, you know what? Is there something in the way? No, it's just a residence there. I don't know why it's not letting me move that there. Space already occupied. What is it occupied by? It's not occupied. You liar. You lying liar. I don't know why you won't let me build it there. It is not occupied. What if I built you like that and then that? There we go. That was so weird. It let me build it like that in fits and spurts. But you know what? It's built now, so that's good. We can go ahead and fill this in with houses. There we go. And now you can see a more organic sort of city is being formed here. This road, though, I don't like how it doesn't really mimic what's happening here. I feel like we need to fix this curve. That curve doesn't really work for me. It's just going to bother me. I feel like those curves could kind of match up better.